Well, welcome back to another edition of the SOS Show. And today's interviewee is Jay, who is a mechanical engineer. Now, the other day I had an electrical engineer on. I didn't record his conversation, but I learned a lot. I learned that it's $20,000 a kilo to launch a satellite into space. And do you know how long they last?
In orbit?
Yeah.
Well, the government gives them a certain lifetime, so they can only stay up for a certain number of years before they come down.
Right.
And normally they're designed to just come down and just burn up on their own once they re-enter.
Well, according to this guy, his was going up in 2 years, 2 years, and it's going to last 3 years.
Oh, okay.
And it'll at the third year, they'll have enough fuel to push it back down so it'll burn up.
Oh, okay.
Because it don't take too long on their own, I think, with gravity.
Right. Okay.
And so they're all designed to, and then some of them last for 15 years, he said. But I thought they lasted forever. You know, come on, look at the Voyager that's out there. You know,
I'll just keep on going forever. Yeah.
Forever. I mean,
by Neptune or something by now. Right?
It's amazing. Okay, so you're a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
So they'll hire you to design a building?
No, mechanical engineering is like one of the base principal fields of engineering. And you can do, it's very, very broad. But for me in particular, the company I work for, we build fuel systems for airports.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto
So that's
South
where the
Lincoln
majority of our business comes from. Airlines, consortiums. That's basically what I do. It's a very small niche market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing that the word engineer is for everybody. I mean, everybody, it seems like every field needs an engineer.
For sure.
It's
yeah.
amazing. I mean, you know, I mean, I guess everyone needs an accountant as well, but
Yeah.
it just amazes me how many engineers. So what are you working on now?
Today I'm going to Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport because I'm starting a new project with Southwest Airlines over there. It's a pretty simple job, just a couple hydrant pits. So people get on airplanes and they look out and they see someone hook it up to the wing of the aircraft, fueling the aircraft.
Okay.
So underground, there's a fuel system underground there.
Okay.
That's pressurized, and we're just going to move some planes around and add some hydrant pits and parking positions and things like that. So,
You have to dig a hole.
yeah.
So you're going to put some new pits in.
Yeah, well, we're not doing that right now, but we're doing all the planning for it.
Okay, so you're going to walk the site.
Yeah. Field information today.
And how much is something like this going to cost?
This project's about $1 million project, and I think we're restriping about 9 gates, adding 3 fuel pits, deactivating, moving around some passenger boarding bridges, you know, the tunnels you walk on to get to aircrafts, things like that.
So out of the $1 million, you'll keep the majority of it because you're it's your design. I mean, come on, you know, you're doing all the work.
No. We got subs. I don't know.
Lots of
trickles down, you know. So.
Okay. So what was your dream in life? Was your dream in life to be an engineer? Or to be an opera singer? I don't know.
No, you know, I grew up in Massachusetts, and I moved out here when I was 18, and I was involved at a church, and I was really into music. So I did that for a while, and I was like, you know, I don't really want to be ministering. You know, I think you can help people in your day-to-day, you know, no matter what you do. Plus, it's a practical matter of life. I need to make money somehow, so I just started going to school, and I just kind of looked at what I was good at when I was youngest, when I was growing up. What were the things that I liked to do, and what was like, what things about, you know, I had to learn something, so what suits my abilities, and really everything pointed to engineering, so I was always good at math and science, always taking things apart, putting them back together, or trying to when I was a kid. So it just kind of, I think that's a really good thing to do, is just get back to basics, and just like, okay, what are the natural gifts that I have, and how can I use those things? Because I think too many people spend time trying to, oh, well, I'm not good in this area, so I need to work on this thing in my life. and I don't subscribe to that. I'm like, I'm not good at this, so I'm just not going to do this thing, and I'm going to focus on the things that I am good at, because I'm never going to be an expert or a professional at something I'm not good at. So you have to really just hone your strengths. Those are things that are God-given. So, but, I mean, that's about what I do.
It's well put. Well put. I think a lot of people just fall into things.
Oh yeah.
You take a bus boy. You're young. You get a job as a bus boy, and then you become a checker, and then you graduate to the store assistant manager, and then manager, and then district manager, and you become. That's your life, because you never took a risk. And I had a gentleman the other day here, a young man, 23 years old, had a great job in film business, and he decided he was just surviving, and he quit and decided to travel, which I think is wonderful as a young person. You know?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you can't do it when you have kids, and you can't decide, okay, it's my time to travel. Leave my wife with the kids and take off, right? But I just think it's brilliant that young people get out there and experience life, and there's so many things to do. But you really need to wake up in the morning, and now it's 4 o'clock in the morning here, looking forward to your day and saying, oh my God, I'm going to see this new airport and new challenge and new obstacles, and it's great. I mean, it's very rare that people love what they do. They really work to survive in what I call this rat race.
Oh yeah, it can be.
Yeah. So I applaud you for finding it. What was the music you were into? Were you singing? Were you playing the piano? What were you doing?
Yeah, I played piano a little bit, mostly guitar. My first instrument was trombone, and maybe like freshman year of high school, I was like, keep getting women with guitar. So I mean, with trombone.
What?
That is.
Oh, the trombone.
Yeah, so
guitar gets them all.
Yeah, so I had to broaden my.
You're right. I think the trombone's not gonna get a bunch of girls.
You're not getting any women.
Now the saxophone, maybe.
Oh yeah, saxophone. So yeah, I still play.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. You can get a little side band going.
I need to. I don't have anything going on currently.
I'm working with a group of people that are doing a concert July 7th with Bruno Mars and Coldplay and a bunch of heavies.
Oh, very cool.
And it's called Storm Aid, and it's for the victims of the last 4 storms.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah,
big ones.
Season, yeah.
Yeah, they still need money, and 95% of all the money goes to.
Oh wow, 95%. That's awesome.
Boy, we are in some fog today, ladies and gentlemen. This is thick fog. I guess the planes still take off thick fog nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Man, I guess they can tell by the back of the car there, it's pretty thick.
Yeah, it's really thick right now.
Yeah. So you just go for the day?
I'll fly back tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the all expense paid. You can go to a gourmet restaurant tonight, and it'll be cool.
Yeah, I'll do something.
You got it.
Yeah.
Are you single?
No, I'm married.
Married? Children?
No children. Caitlin, my wife, and I got married 3.5 years ago, about. So it'll be 4 years in September. And
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been awesome. It's very excellent.
Take the exit toward Vicksburg Avenue.
What does she do?
She's a massage therapist.
So you get free massages? No.
Have you heard the expression, the cobbler's wife has no shoes?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The painter's house needs painting.
Something
so
like that.
no massages?
No,
but...
But...
How about when you were dating? How often?
About the same.
Really?
Yeah. I feel bad, too, because after she gives a whole bunch, she's pouring out all day. I don't want to... she's tired, so I don't want to...
Well, I mean, you give her free mechanical engineering advice at night if she asks, right?
Yeah. No, she usually tunes out very quickly when I talk anything engineering.
Well, Jay, our journey's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And yours is about to take off on an airplane. Thank you for participating in the SOS Show. And you can find it at ilovesos.org. I'll give you a card.
Excellent.
We'll stay in touch and have a good day.
Yeah, which was more interesting.
Oh, you're interesting.
Use the left lane to take the North Sepulveda Boulevard exit, then keep left.
Hello, America. Do you have a product or a service? Would you like to increase your business, earn customer loyalty, spread patriotism, and thank our veterans for the service to our country? You can do all that by joining Supporting Our Servicemen, a 501c3 dedicated to helping and thanking our veterans. Please join today at ilovesos.org.
Well, I had an interesting ride. The guy didn't want to be interviewed, but he was another engineer and working for Boeing, and he's been graduated into sales. So what I learned from Joseph was that his last sale was $800 million for 7 satellites. It'll take a year and a half to design, 18 months to 24 months to build, and then they launch them. And they'll give some support after launch. But I said, do you get a commission on that? He said, no, it's salary jobs. So Boeing, I've been picking up a few people from Boeing. They build military aircraft, commercial aircraft, and they design and build satellites. And the other day, as I mentioned in the last interview, I met a gentleman and learned that there's 4 commercial satellite launch companies like SpaceX, and it costs around $20,000 a kilo to send a satellite into space. So a 100 kilo satellite was, I guess, what's that, 5 million? Is that the math? I was never good at math. So let's see what the next victim brings for interviews on the SOS show. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. We've got Max, whose birthday was 5 hours and 38 minutes ago. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
So what are you going to do on this special day? It happens once a year.
I am traveling to New York for work.
Oh.
Hooray.
Hooray. Working on your birthday.
Actually, I get to not work on my birthday because I'm traveling
Use
all
the
day.
left 2 lanes to turn left onto
that's
California 1 South.
kind of nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
And what do you do for work?
I work as a project manager for entertainment.
Oh.
So that's interesting.
Have you been doing that long?
No, about 2 years. I guess relatively to how long I've been working, it's kind of long. But I'm from New York, so I don't mind doing these trips because I get to go home and see friends and family back on the
Continue
East
on
Coast.
California 1 South
So
for 4 miles.
the project is in New York? You're working on?
Well, the projects are bi-coastal, so I have a team in New York and a team in LA, and I travel a lot, so this is just one of the weeks that I will be in New York.
So what stage is the project in?
They're ongoing. I manage probably, 75 projects a week.
75 projects a week?
Yes.
10 a day?
Roughly, yeah. Yeah.
And how do you do that? One person's doing that?
As a project manager, yeah, but I have a team of designers and editors, and I manage the creative side, so...
So what's the most interesting one that you're working on right now that you're excited about?
I am a fan... my background is video, so I would have to say one of the promos that the video side is doing. They're doing one for the CBS All Access Originals, which is a CBS streaming service promoting their new original content. And they came out with this really awesome trailer a few weeks ago, and it turned out really, really well. I absolutely love the graphics. I love the music, and the editor is fantastic, and very proud of the work they did. So
these projects sound like they're commercials, basically.
Yes, some are commercials, some are ads, like static banners, some are social media assets, and they're kind of placed all over the digital space to promote content.
And you have one client? It's a studio you're working for?
Yeah. So multiple stakeholders, one main client.
Wow. So now, obviously, it's the digital age. There's multiple platforms. Obviously, this particular show is going out on a new streaming network called STV.
Okay.
And STV basically is over Roku, Amazon, and Apple devices.
Gotcha.
And when you bought those devices, you typically canceled your cable because most people don't need it anymore, right?
You mean if you have Apple TV?
Yeah, if you have Apple, Roku, or Amazon streaming device, typically you'll cancel your cable.
Right.
When you canceled your cable, you canceled local access to your city council and your mayor's office.
Okay.
That's not good for the government, right?
Right.
They want to talk to their constituents.
Right.
So this company is bringing that back for free to the local municipalities.
Okay.
So they're being a hero.
Okay.
They're also giving free. And we're back. My production assistant interviewee just pushed the button herself. This is the first time. This is the first time it's happened. The interviewee pushed the record button.
It's birthday town, and I don't know what else to say.
Can I ask how old you are?
I am 28 today.
28.
Yes.
God, that's almost 2 dozen. No, that's more than 2
More
dozen.
than 2 dozen.
Wow, it's 2 dozen and
2 dozen and a quarter.
and a quarter.
Yeah, it's
So
time flies.
so you're going to New York. You're going to have some.
Traveling to New York.
Well, Max helped out again in deleting the Farsi woman, the crazy Farsi woman you might have seen in a previous episode. The woman sang and talked for 30 minutes without interruption, looking straight forward. I have no idea what she said. Sometimes she'd be sad, sometimes she'd be happy.
You should get that transcribed.
Yeah, well, it's on.
It would be interesting to know what she was talking about.
Exactly. I think I should get some subtitles.
Yeah, maybe.
It cost me about $100, but I can do
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Okay, where were we, Max?
Hope there was something good in there at least.
I hope so.
Where were we? We were talking. I usually have a really good memory, but it is almost 6 o'clock in the morning, so please forgive me.
So we both forgot. We both suffer from CRS.
We do have CRS. That's what we were talking about. CRS.
CRS.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a very, very sad disease.
Yes.
Especially when you, like when we go visit the grandkids on the plane, my wife will test me and drill down. Okay, it's Brittany, it's Cecilia, it's
Oh, the kids' names.
all the kids' names.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta bone up on it, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely.
Like flashcards.
Yeah.
Who's this? Who's that?
Yeah. Have you been to New York?
I have been to New York. I have a great story about New York.
Oh, please.
A couple good
Do
ones.
tell.
Okay, so I'm walking through Central Park, my first walk in Central Park. Had a little buzz. Those are the days. You know, this is
Naturally. I mean, these are all.
40 years ago.
It's fine to have a buzz.
Okay, right. So I'm walking through Central Park, and there's 2 guys arguing. And you can see they want to fight, but they haven't quite had the fight yet. So finally they part. And the guy's carrying like a Slurpee cup.
Oh,
And
my
he's
favorite.
about 10 feet away, and he spins around and throws it at the guy. And he missed him by 10 feet. But that was enough to cause
the guy,
invoke.
yeah.
So then that guy, he had a bottle of Coke or something, and he threw it at him and hit him in the
Calf.
the calf. And so now,
So you're playing charades?
now we really got interaction, right?
Yeah.
He pulls out a gun and shoots him right in front of me. I'm saying 10 feet in front of me, and I'm going, holy shit! And at that moment, because time slows down, I'm thinking he's going to shoot me because I'm a witness.
Yeah.
That's what they do in the movies, right? You shoot the witnesses, right?
Yeah.
And I saw the gun. It was in his hand. It was 10 feet away. He shot the guy. And I'm going, holy shit. Then he just books across the park. He's running away. And the guy starts staggering and finally goes down. He gets shot in the leg. And people come out of the bushes to help him. Like his friends were in the bushes or something.
Oh my
And
God.
first they put him on a trash can to sit. And then he
Yeah.
couldn't sit and he was down on the ground. And they're trying to help him. Then eventually, within 10 minutes, literally 1,000 people. It was a huge crowd, 4 or 5 police cars. It was, and I'm still stepping back because I'm from
Yeah.
California. I'm told never get involved in New York. I see nothing, right?
I'm from New York, and I don't
Right.
think I would
You
get
never get involved, right? That's the MO.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting involved. But then the police come to me because someone said he saw it, and so I had to give an interview because I saw the gun. It was like a little revolver,
Yeah.
Describe the gun. what's your name? And I'm stoned. I don't know what you're talking to the cops.
God.
And
But it's not illegal.
my
to be
first
drunk.
walk through Central Park. And I met a lot of people that day because there were so many people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Said never in their lives have they seen a shooting, obviously, you know.
Yeah, I've never seen a shooting.
Yeah.
I saw a stabbing once.
Okay, got my second story.
Okay.
New York. I was working for John Lesser, who's Frank Lesser's son.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Guys and Dolls, Hans Christian Andersen, most of
Take exit
all those musicals.
Okay.
He did music. Frank did. At any rate, so John was he was teaching me how to produce, and I had went down to clear out his apartment in New York. He's living in Los Angeles, and we're working at the Westwood Playhouse. So I'm done with it all, and I met this girl, and I had a little time to kill on the way to the airport. So I figured I would stop by and see the girl before you go to the airport.
Okay.
And so I was telling the cabbie, I'm going to go visit this girl, and then I'm going to the airport. And so he saw it as a big fare. So he said, well, I'll come back and get you. It's a nice fare. And so I said, to go to the airport, yeah. I mean, it was
Interesting.
a good fare, I guess. I don't know how far we were from the airport, but... And I said, great. So me being the lazy person I am, I said, well, why don't you just keep all my stuff, and I don't have to lug it up, you know, to the girls'
Oh, that's very
apartment.
trusting of you.
And so he said, well, what do you got? And I remember we both were peering in the window, and I said, a really nice VCR and that bag, and I was just grabbing what I got.
Use any lane.
So I said, I'll see you in a half hour.
Tahira Boulevard.
So I go up like Mr. Cool, you know, got no baggage, you know, and, met with the girl and what have you.
Did you not think this guy was going to steal all your stuff?
You got to hear the end.
Okay.
So I come out, we had a good time, and where's the cab? And it's not precise timing now. I got to have a cab in the next couple of minutes.
Right.
5 minutes goes by, which is a long time waiting for
Yeah,
when
naturally.
you're on a schedule. So finally some police drove up, and I said, you know, I told them the story, and they started laughing. You go, you
Oh,
trusted your
what's
stuff
wrong
to a
with you?
cabbie?
That's what I
Are
was
you
thinking.
insane? Right?
Especially
So
when he said, what do you got in there?
What
That
do you
would've been
got?
a red flag.
And he goes, what's the name of the cab company? I go, I don't know. What's the name of the cab? What's the name of the driver? I don't know. I didn't write it down. And they're laughing. They're just having the greatest time laughing. So I said, oh, well. So I'm the biggest optimist in the world. So I said goodbye to the girl, took another cab to the airport, and said, listen, you know, I'll owe my boss a couple $100 for the VCR or whatever it is. I'll buy new clothes. The good news is I don't have to check any luggage.
Sure.
I travel safe. It's easy.
Easy.
You know, I looked at all the bright sides. You know, it's not the end of the world. Life goes on. Get to the airport, have some drinks, get on the plane, have some more drinks, go home, and life is good. So, the end of the story, he shows up 1 minute after I left, the cabbie, and gets the girl, because she's still out front, takes her to the airport to try to catch me.
Oh, that's
They don't
really
catch me.
nice.
Takes her back without charging her a dime, gives her all the luggage to ship to me, which she did.
Oh, that's really nice.
So now, the moral of the story is there are people that are trustworthy, but who could be so stupid as to do
Yeah,
that? He's
really.
figuring it's a set. I got to figure he's figuring
Really.
it's a setup,
Yeah.
and that he's busted because, you know,
Yeah.
he must think I know the cab number and his phone number and all that stuff.
I mean,
So there's just a moral to the story that you can trust people in the world and it'll all work out, or you can be a complete idiot and hopefully you get lucky.
yeah, seriously.
So those are my
Hopefully
two
you get lucky.
good New York stories. One last one. When I first showed up at the apartment, I needed the key and it wasn't there yet, and so I'm up in this high rise in this building, and I'm walking the hallway and I hear some music, and so I just tap. I'm the neighbor, and and she's a single girl. She said, come on in for a glass of wine. I mean, what are the odds of that?
Nice.
So I came in and had a nice glass of wine with one of the neighbors, you know.
That's very movie.
Yeah, very, very.
I feel like people in New York aren't that nice.
You should say very movie, which brings me to the point that life is your life is a movie.
Oh,
This
I
is
know.
a scene
I know.
in your movie,
I know.
and you know you can make it a great scene,
I know.
happy scene,
It's always great in my movie.
adventurous scene.
Yeah.
Love to hear that.
My movie
You're
is always active.
You're 28. You got a
Yeah.
exciting adventure movie going. You know,
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
going to New York. New stuff's going on.
Exactly.
Gonna have some parties in New York. Have some fun.
Well, I'm going to work in New York.
So let's close it out the show out here. What advice do you have for people that want to get into the field you're into?
Internships. I really preach internships at a young age. I think that you shouldn't work for money when you're young if you don't have to. You should work for about who you know. So the more people you can meet and the more time you can spend in the industry, in the culture, kind of hammering down what areas you want to work in, and learning from people who are, so you say, veterans in that trade would be the best advice I could give.
Wonderful. I used to have a show called Make a Hollywood Movie, and I'd always ask anyone in their field what advice they have, and that was wonderful advice. I would ask them, what was your dream in life?
1,000 feet, turn right for 96th
So I'll ask you,
Street.
are you living a dream now, or did you have a dream to be an actress or a screenwriter or a
No,
baker?
This is my dream.
You living your dream?
Living my dream.
Take the
Love
next
it.
right.
Good looking, young,
Yeah.
living her dream, going to New York.
Yep.
That's great. I
Yeah.
love it.
Life
Max.
is good.
And that's Max with 2 X's?
Yeah, Max.
Is that short for something?
Maxine.
Maxine.
Yeah.
Right onto 96th
So it's M-A-X-I-N-E, I'll bet.
Yes.
Okay, but she goes by Max.
Yes.
Double X.
Double X.
What does that mean, a double X, Max?
Just-
You're a rebel?
I wanted it to be unique.
It is unique.
Yeah,
So I thought I was picking up a guy. I'm really happy not to have. So what I love about this job, and it's really just to produce the show, but I never know who I'm going to pick up. I never know where I'm going to go. I don't have to think about it at all because this tells me exactly what to do.
Oh, yeah,
Turn
it's
right,
great.
turn left, stop,
It's great.
jump up and down, all that good stuff.
It's too bad it doesn't say that people get more exercise in their day.
Yeah, doesn't say that. But I hope you can stay in touch. By the way, I didn't get to tell you about the other show I'm doing, which you might have some interest in. It's called Cooking Styles of the Rich and Famous.
Okay?
And we have an offshoot of Cooking Styles of the Sports Stars.
Okay?
And what's really exciting is Cooking Styles of the Music Moguls. And I've partnered with Bruno Mars' manager.
Okay.
And he's going to bring in him and Coldplay and Bruce Springsteen and all the people they know.
And they're going to cook.
And basically they cook their favorite meal in their home for their friends for a dinner party in support of their favorite charity. And also we support my charity.
I love that. 2
charities every episode. Fun. We did 3 episodes so far. John Paul DeJoria is the next victim for
That's
us.
fantastic.
We supply all the food and the booze, and get this, everything you see on camera is for sale. And so if you know clothing designers,
So people could buy
we
my
have a-
sweatshirt?
if you have a sweatshirt, we can have
Well,
you
I
on
wouldn't
that.
want to sell it, so.
You know, why not?
It says Sunny Days in Chardonnay. This is a great sweatshirt.
Well, we'll replicate them and you sign them, and we'll do knockoffs.
Oh, okay. If my autograph meant anything, then I could understand.
So we have booze sponsors, wine sponsors, food sponsors,
Cool.
a couple watch sponsors,
Nice.
all kind of fun stuff. Well, our journey is coming to an end, Max. I think we got some good footage here and some great advice. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Oh, really, pleasure
Thank you
meeting
very
you.
much.
We're
You
gonna stay in
too.
touch, and
Yes,
we're gonna Instagram and all that good stuff. I guess I don't
Social
know.
media jazz.
All that good stuff. Thank you,
Cool.
Max.
No problem. Have a good one.
This is our land, a land that's truly free. The USA for you and for me. Our brave soldiers, each of them has shown, oh yeah, how to pay the price for freedom we now. They fought hard throughout the years. Yes, they've lost their lives, and for them we've shed our tears. So as we do hope and pray, we need to thank them every day. So SOS is here to show the way. Join SOS and spread some love. Spread some love for our servicemen, 'cause there's a word beyond. We came here together to shine the light and spread the word through day and night. Join SOS as we all unite. If you believe in red, white, and blue, give your support and a yes.